Yeah, I think it was pretty good, especially because they played the kind of defense they needed to play when they needed to play it, and I think that's sort of what jump-started them offensively, too. Maybe that's a lesson they sort of retain and go, okay, yeah, this is this is what Roy was talking about.
Finally, right?
And I think Nasir Little had a lot to do with that.
Oh, my God.
I think
he's coming.
Yeah, I know Kobe White was the one who sort of exploded for all the points, but I think Nasir Little was sort of the one who got in and helped change the energy of that game. You know, they couldn't buy a shot, like literally, they really couldn't. It was like, okay, they were getting good looks. I thought too, Carolina was, and they just couldn't knock them down. Virginia Tech's making everything, and you're like, this is going to be like the Louisville game, because that's kind of how the Louisville game started out, and they could never quite get it back, and they were sort of letting their lack of offense affect their defense. And I think that second unit coming in and Nasir Little sort of change that energy around, change the defensive intensity around, and they were able to, shift the momentum of that game, really.
I feel like he's done that for the last couple of games.
The last couple home games especially, but even he played well at Miami too. But those last 2 home games, it was looking a little dicey for Carolina.
Until he was able to come in, I agree.
Yeah, and he had a kind of a run for them, or started a run for them, and you're sort of looking at it like, okay, yeah, this is the kind of role he can play, and he just looks worlds more comfortable than he did
and I think that's
a couple weeks ago.
I think it was. He mentioned something about like needing to find his rhythm when he does come off of the bench. And I think it clicked for him. Like whatever he was able to do or work on, he's now being able to get in and then make an impact almost immediately. Yeah,
and I think Roy is leaving him in for longer stretches too, which is something that he's mentioned in the past as well, sort of needing to like have a few minutes to get in a rhythm, and it's really working for him right now. I think that's a great sign for them, because they certainly need that.
I hope so.
You feel better now? You feel like
when I heard from LB, so I feel a lot better than I did before.
Oh, God. I mean, man.
We still have a center, but outside of that,
heaven forbid the Tar Heels have a little turmoil over there.
But see, here's the thing about them and having turmoil this time of year.
It's all manufactured. It's fake news.
Here we go.
In a sense, it's not manufactured, but it's the same. We see this play out every year this way, and everybody goes, "What's wrong with North Carolina? What's wrong with this year?" And you're like, "Nothing. They're fine. Just wake me up in February, please."